Hey world, it's your host Marshall. Thanks for tuning into my podcast, Run On Thoughts. Here we talk about everything and nothing because we are not afraid to be all of ourselves even as we evolve. And that's my thought for my fellow thought thinkers as we unpack our traumas, past hurts, and other BS. Y'all ready? Let's go. Hey thought thinkers, where are we going today? Today, I am excited to be here and I want to take us on a journey once again where the goal is self-discovery. The goal is unpacking. The goal is unlearning. And the goal is getting as close to our authentic selves as possible. But before we begin, I want to stand in a place of gratitude for anyone who is listening for the first time. And I want to stand in a place of gratitude for those of you who have been on this journey with me from the very beginning. I simply say thank you. There are not enough words to say thank you. I thank you because I understand that it is not that exciting over here. We are doing the work. We are unlearning. We are becoming better. And sometimes we want to escape to the salacious because I have gotten many requests to talk about exactly what is going on in the world. But I believe the world is the problem. We have to become best friends with ourselves. And on that note, I want to begin. Today's episode 121, is simple. It's entitled The Real Ones Only. Real ones only. And that's not a diss, that's to get your attention. But the topic is why you should stop trying to be liked. Why are there so many of us who are often trying to be liked all of the time? Why? What is it that you need? I want you guys to learn how to be authentic. And that's the word of the day anyway. Today's word is authenticity. Authenticity. It's just not about food or clothing or something being real, but it has to be attached to someone being real. And that someone being real has to be you. Right? Authenticity. It's just, I think I say this word so often to you guys. I say this word all the time. The goal is to be authentic because being liked by everyone doesn't mean that you are loved. Just that you've hidden the parts that they might not accept. And that's not connection. You want to know what it is, guys? That's captivity. You're being held hostage to people by lies. And if you would just tell the truth, you could set yourself free. And this craziness about wanting to be liked by people, some of the people that you want to be liked by, you don't even like yourself. You don't even like yourself. We got to be clear. We got to have clarity. No, seriously, we got to be clear about who we are. All these freaking games that so many of us like to play, we got to be clear. You got to know who you are so you can stop looking for a mirror in other people. I know people come into our lives to teach us things, but I have often told this story that those who have come into your life to teach you something, if you are presenting as a liar, as a fake, as someone that you are not, they cannot see you. They cannot deliver the message or deliver the lesson or inspire or change or reward because they can't see you. They can't see the assignment. Where is it? I looked for her. I didn't see her. It's because you're out in the world with your false self, with your false representative, because you're so busy wanting to be liked. And I know it's not easy. I know many of us have experienced all kinds of freaking trauma, but the truth is, if you love everybody, you love nobody. You love nobody. And that's usually why people who often think that they are trying to people please, I've done an episode on that, and it's almost the same thing, just a little twist on it. But if you are always trying to people please, if you are always trying to be liked by someone, then those around you that love you, how do you show them that you love them when you are out here giving your all and your best self to everyone, or acclimating to everything that everyone needs of you? You got to be empty inside, because that is a lot of work. You got to morph into what they want. You can't be who you are and think that you can make everyone happy. It's not even healthy for everyone to like you. If everyone likes you, trust me, you are doing something wrong. I hope that hit a nerve, because we're talking about that quiet, stinking, ugly addiction a lot of us carry. This stupid desire to be liked. I don't give a shit who likes me. And I want to say that as open and as honest as possible. Why? Because I want to be liked and or disliked for who I am, and not for the self that other people want me to be because it makes them comfortable. I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm here to be authentic. I'm here to curate. That's the word for the year. I'm here to curate the family that supports who I am, where I'm going, my growth. I'm here for honest conversations. I'm here for real friendships. And the need to be liked is keeping you. Thought thinkers, the need to be liked is keeping you from being loved. It's keeping you from being respected. It's keeping you from being seen. It's keeping you fake. And worst of all, it's keeping you from being you. It's keeping you. I know I sound repetitive often, but it's because I first want to say it, and then I want it to attach to your soul so that you have ideas and concepts that are sitting in your gut and allowing you and giving you something to think about when you are alone with your own thoughts. It's keeping you from being you, right? It's not just us people pleasers or over apologizers, or those of us who think we have to swallow our truth just to keep the peace. It's making you sick also, right? But today, we're just going to call it out. Today, we're going to give ourselves permission to cut it off, to stop doing what we think other people want from us, and be authentic and have the best relationship with ourselves. It's time to choose that authenticity over acceptance, because the truth is you're not being accepted if you're lying. And that's why you're so insecure and angry and constantly begging and asking and feels like you're chasing, because you know that who you presented is not who you are. I want you to find out and experience exactly what happens when you stop begging to be liked and just start daring to be real. I know I talk about I'm afraid of everything. I have a lot of fears, but I have courage. I want you to have courage. I want you to stand 10 toes down in who you are. I want you to unmask The self that you go out into the world, it has got to be some of the heaviest baggage that you are carrying out here in the world. It's got to be heavy. But there's a twist, guys, because the more you try to please everyone, the less you're able to truly connect with anyone. It's not just about them liking you. It's not just about you not being loved or loving nobody, but this fake self, those people can't have friends, or those friendships can't be real. When I watch social media and I see all these trips that people are taking, and they say that the friendship ended, the worst trip in Cancun, the worst trip in Miami, it's because you're fake before you got there. But when you're locked in rooms with someone, you cannot hide your truth for that long. You have not been vulnerable. You have not done the work of friendship. You have not done the work of love. You have not done the work. You're presenting this outer exterior of I'm the shit, I got money, I'm cute. That is not enough for friendship. None of that exudes any type of character. Those are not traits. What you look like is not a trait. What you have is not a trait. That is not who you are. It is just some dumb shit that makes you feel fake special. But if you don't curate friendships and curate loving relationships based on who you are, then you will always be on these trips where the truth comes out. Isn't that crazy? Real connection. Real connection requires boundaries, vulnerability, discomfort, and most importantly, honesty. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this like I say this all the time. It's not honest with other people. You can lie to other people for your protection for a number of reasons. But you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be vulnerable with yourself. All the things that you need to be for other people, with other people. You got to be all of those things for yourself first. And I get it. There are reasons why we crave to be liked. Well, there are reasons why you guys craved to be liked. I barely like people. So the idea of lying to you to fit in is way too much for me, because I don't even want that many friends. I got 4-5 friends who I consider family at tops. Because being a friend and being loyal and being authentic is a lot of work. So those of you who are doing it with 50 people, I don't even understand how you doing it. So I would rather tell the truth just so that I can get rid of those of you that don't belong in the first place. I'd rather you not be here, because I want to feel safe in the truth of who I've chosen. And that doesn't always happen, but that is always the goal, because I am leading with truth. And when you are leading with truth, it is easier to see who those in your life that are unauthentic. When people say, oh, they have friends who don't share their businesses or don't share their work, I have never experienced such a thing, because I have created and curated a family of support. You do reap what you sow, but I sow good seeds and plant flowers, and that is what I get back from those that love me. And that is part of the joy that brings me balance on a daily basis. I get it. We're social creatures. Many of us from childhood, you are taught to be polite, agreeable, and pleasant, usually women, right? For many of you, being liked means that you feel safe. It's a survival skill. Acceptance often meant you felt protected, but it's not true. It's not true. Predators make you feel safe. They're lying to you. And then they goad you into situations where they attack you. Safety is personal. You have to be able to listen to your body. And even with all of that, things are going to still happen because we are experiencing a human existence on human earth with people who are not all good. And that's why you got to be yourself. How do we see who's good and bad if everybody's trying to be something else? I want to be able to sniff out those of you who ain't shit and don't mean a shit. But I can't do that if some of you are not being authentic. Get over yourselves. You know, I think about my own life. I think about those that I love and some people that are empaths and they do a lot of bending and twisting and shrinking of themselves for approval. And it's not feeding them. They're often wondering with all of this work, why do they not receive the same in return? But I hope you guys know, even in being your authentic self, if your authentic self is kind and accommodating and loving and great and beautiful, none of that means that it will be reciprocated. Who you are has nothing to do with who they are or what they give. You cannot do enough good for those who don't give a fuck. You cannot do enough good for those that don't love you. You cannot do enough good for those that are selfish or evil. You cannot do enough good or be a giver for those that are takers. It's why the givers have to know how to stop giving, because the takers will never stop taking. You can't be good enough as a woman or as a man. You can't give enough money. You can't have enough sex. You can't cook enough, please enough. There is nothing that you can do outside of being your authentic self. And if that is not enough, you got to know how to push back from the table of places where love and respect and dignity are not being served. You are in the wrong room if it is not being reciprocated, but you cannot shift the room. You can shift the energy and make people uncomfortable, but you don't get to change people. That's why here at Run On Thoughts, the only thing I concentrate on is the inner work of ourselves. It is hard enough to change ourselves. Do you think you can change other people? You can inspire them to change themselves if they want to change themselves, but you cannot change them. Think about how hard it is for you to change yourself. Think about it. I know that the dopamine in your body feels good when you feel like people are like you and they like you, but it's short term. It's like drugs. That's why people become addicts. I don't want you to be an addict for people's attention. It's surface level. It's surface level validation. That's why those trips always fail. They've been home going to clubs or being on social media with a constant filter. And not just a filter on their bodies and their faces, but a filter on their lives, a filter on their minds, a filter on their soul, a filter on who they are. I don't even understand getting online with a filter if you're trying to get people to like you. Because don't you want to meet these people in real life? And don't you come to them in real life without the filter? Wouldn't that make you more insecure and more afraid that they're going to see you as you are? Wouldn't you have liked for them to see you as you are and choose that? Now you're mad and think people are selfish and self-centered, but you led with that. You led with selfish and self-centered, right? You are out here, the version the version of you that's universally liked probably isn't you at all. I mean, it's not you. That's not even a thing. It's just not you. It's not you. And this all comes at a cost, people. There's a cost of people pleasing, right? You start editing yourself in real time. You start downplaying who you are in real time, laughing when it's not funny, kiki, nodding when you disagree, saying yes when you want to scream no. People get used to the version of you that performs for them, not the real you. You attract relationships built on expectation, not truth. Isn't that crazy? So many people lead with things or acts of service and then get mad when things are what the other person wants, or only acts of service, your time and your energy are what they want. But you led with that. You did not lead with who you are, right? You attract these relationships built on expectation, not truth. You're not building real connection. It can't happen if you're performing, if you're dancing, if you're being the clown. It only can happen when you show up real. Even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable. There are many times where I am in uncomfortable situations, or I feel like someone is trying to make me uncomfortable by asking me a truth. But I am who I am, and that's just what it is. Are there things about me that I want to change and grow? Yes. Yes. But I'm not ashamed of who I am. I am all of who I am, even as I evolve. And that is the beauty of having a human experience. I don't got to perform for you. Who the fuck do people think they are? We out here performing for people, and half of them ain't shit. You out here overexerting yourself for people who wouldn't give you a piece of gum, or talk about you behind your back, or lie and cheat and steal. You out here performing. They're not performing for you. I wish I would perform for people. I wish I would not be the self that I am. I'm not even willing to wear the face that is required for the workplace as a Black woman. And I know many people who listen are not Black, and that's fine, because I don't necessarily talk about race on this podcast. But there's a mask that people wear in the world to assimilate for survival. And I don't even want to do that. All the lies we've had to tell for survival are why people don't know you. That's why they don't know us. All the microaggressions that people accept, all the things that women accept when people are saying, hey, sweetie, and patting you on your bum, and you feeling like you have to accept it out of fear, or because you're going to lose your job, or because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Humble these motherfuckers. All of them. For any of the reasons that they try to make you feel small. Because usually that's what's going on. When you feel like you got to be faking it, it's because something has happened. There's trauma. There are things from your past, from your childhood, from relationships, from family members, mothers and fathers, that have made you feel like you got to dim your own light to be accepted. And I am telling you to glow. Glow. Show the real you. You deserve it. You deserve you. I keep telling you guys this. But if you deserve you, who deserves the real you? Not everyone should have access to the real you, right? That's not ego. That's protection. When I talk about real ones, it means we stop offering intimacy in exchange for approval. Real people love you because of your truth, not despite it. Being honest about your boundaries, your values, your voice, that helps filter out the fake. Being real isn't rude, it is revolutionary. And it's so crazy because people have often compared me to Sister Soldier. And people have often also called me rude. And the crazy thing about it is that when they call me rude, I recognize it's because they can't live in their truth. It is not rude to set a boundary. If I tell you that I don't want to see something or consume something or be disrespected or be told something, that's a boundary. And people think it's revolutionary because so many people are going along to get along. But what I can tell you is that people are often surprised about who loves me and who respects me, or why your children want to be in my presence. Your children want to be in my presence because they know that I am authentic. They know that what I say is what I mean. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. They are never in fear that I'm going to change up. I am who I am all the time. So they trust me. They trust that I am me. Isn't that crazy? They trust that I am me. How? How can you stop this shit? How can you stop being liked? You can pause. You literally have to make the decision to stop. Because remember, all the habits that we have, none of them are easy to break. We have to attach them to a new desire, to a new effort. You have to put in your work. Ask yourself, am I saying this because I believe it or because I want them to like me? Practice disappointing people. Because first of all, it is healthy to be disappointed. If you are walking through life and everything is going your way, I can almost tell you that you, and parents especially, you are sending people out into the world unequipped. They will be more fragile. They will be easily breakable. It's okay to be disappointed. You'll live. And not only will you live, you will get stronger. So say no, set boundaries, let someone else be uncomfortable. Because when you are people pleasing and always trying to be like, you are uncomfortable. You'll all survive, they'll survive, and you'll survive. And the more surviving you do, the better you'll feel about yourself. Get clear about your values. I keep telling you guys that your moral stance on things, your values, your character traits, you need to lead with those because they will often tell you what you should be doing. They will often remind you who you are. When you know who you are, you stop bending for who you are not. Except that some people just won't like your ass. That's okay. Even good people, sometimes there's nothing for you in that cipher. There's nothing for you in that circle. There's nothing for you to learn. There's nothing for you to gain. It's just not your people. And that's okay. It means you're finally being honest. Get up from the table. Wish them well. It's okay to have absolutely nothing in common. It's also okay for who you are not to be what they need or what they like. I might be too loud for some. I'm too loud for many. I don't give a fuck. Find people who are quiet. I'm not going to be challenged and made to feel bad that I am passionate and exuberant and that I come from a people who are that. I also don't think it's anything about those who are quiet. If you like beige, beautiful. Find the beigers. I like bright, beautiful colors, and it's not better or worse. It's just who I am. It's who I am. I stand 10 toes down in who I am. I'm not decorating a home for resale value because of what they like. I got to live here. So I got to live here with what somebody else in the future may like. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. The many things that people do trying to assimilate and fit in, they not even happy. That's the crazy thing. Do you guys ever stop to think and see and watch how many people are not happy? I would say choose being respected over being liked, but if they don't respect yourself, I don't even give a fuck if you respect me. I got to respect me. I got to love me. I got to be with me. I got to surround myself with those that live and feel like me. I don't give a fuck about your respect. I don't really give a fuck how you see me. And you shouldn't care how people see me. You shouldn't care how people see you, especially when you're leading with goodness, especially when you're leading with character, especially when you know that you are not doing anything to hurt anyone outside of setting the boundaries that best serve your spirit. The goal is not to be liked. The goal is to be true and let the village that you belong in be able to find you. Here's the truth, guys. Trying to be liked by everyone is a game you will never win. Those of you who constantly need to be in power and constantly need to be in control, you can't control this. You'll never win. It's a game that's set up for your failure. While other people are laughing at you and talking about you and know that something is not right, because we can feel unauthenticity. But now that people are having so many relationships through the TV, through the iPads, through the phones, through social media, they get to lie a little longer and exist in these fantasy worlds that they created. And guess what? I have a fantasy world, right? It's called the Magic Garden, but it's simply a place where I go to unpack and unlearn. It's where I go for peace. It's where I go for solitude. It's where I go to connect back to me. It's not some fake identity. It's the best of me in there. It's where I can be the worst of me. It's where I can be watered and flower and grow. It's where I can bloom. It's where I can take it all off. It's where I feel safe. That's my balance. I always know that I have an internal place to go to where I can feel safe. The people who matter, the ones who will grow with you, love you, hold you down, they don't want your performance. They want your truth. They want you. Don't you want you? Today, I want us to let go of the mask. Stop chasing approval. Make room for yourself. I want you to make room for yourself. I want you to sit with yourself and recognize that you are important. I want you to say this daily affirmation. I want you to say, I don't need to be liked to be whole. I am no longer shrinking to fit someone else's comfort. I am not here to perform. I'm here to be real. I honor my truth. I protect my peace. I honor my truth. I protect my peace. I don't need to be liked to be whole. I'm tired of talking to you guys. Bye.